Something that's been on my mind, and we've been talking about it, we being me and my friend group. When I say we talk about One Piece a lot, we talk about One Piece a lot. And it's off screen, like Oda and his fights sometimes, but we talk about One Piece a lot, I promise you. And something we always stumble upon is the lurking legend. The reason why that comes up a lot is because of how prominent a phrase that is. And I remember the first time I heard it, we were streaming actually, and the news came out. It was at Jump Festa in 2018. Oda not only apologized for saying Wano would start in 2017, he gave us some more information. I guess he felt bad for, not lying to us, but misleading us a little bit. But Oda does this all the time. So he gave us some information, some amazing information. He said he will introduce one of the legends which lurks in the One Piece world. The greatest enemy ever for the Straw Hats will hinder their way. Then he said it could be something relating to Whitebeard. And then in another sentence, he says, can you believe the Marineford Summit War will look cute compared to that? This almost broke the community because immediately everyone tried to speculate who the lurking legend could be. But the thing is, it's a lurking legend and Oda hasn't officially introduced this legend as yet. But guys, if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Quite often people will come to watch a video, then they watch over and over, then they forget they're not even subscribed. Guys, click that red button so you can be updated and follow this channel for consistent One Piece content. So what is this? Who is the lurking legend? Shortly after, we meet Im-sama. Imu, from what we know, is the leader of the world government. That's who the Gorosei report to, the one who sits on the empty throne, the true leader of the world. And there was so much going on with Imu-sama, looking at the giant straw hats. Everything around this character fit what their lurking legend could be. And we were okay with that, but it didn't add up. You were going to introduce the lurking legend, the greatest enemy for the Straw Hats that would hinder their way. It doesn't make sense for it to be Imu-sama. Well, why doesn't it make sense? Im-sama is not in their way as yet. And based on how it was set up, Im more than likely will be one of the final boss, if not the final boss for the Straw Hats. When I say the Straw Hats, them and their alliance to completely change the world. So if it's not Im-sama, who else could it be? Today, I will list some candidates for who I think the lurking legend actually is. Again, it is talked about a lot, but when you think about it, there's only one plausible scenario in which this actually makes sense. But before that, speaking of a lurking legend, I know you didn't help but notice this is indeed a sponsored video, and this is by Surfshark VPN. This is also perfect because Surfshark could absolutely help you from lurkers trying to steal your information. Surfshark is an award-winning VPN, virtual private network, that protects you from possible hacking, malware, phishing, ad manipulation, and even ISP tracking. You ever wondered how advertisers know exactly what to sell to you and how to sell it to you? This is because they're exposing your browsing habits and manipulating you, and that shows just how vulnerable you are. In our community with gamers and streamers, with Surfshark, this is how you prevent doxing and even swatting. There are even more amazing features that comes with Surfshark, access to geo-restricted data. So if you're overseas and can't access something due to those restrictions, it is so easy to get past all of that while doing it safely with Surfshark. The icing on top of the already amazing features of this VPN is that it covers unlimited devices with one subscription. No other VPN does that. So to get on Discord, watch Crunchyroll, shop on eBay, even purchase tickets from a specific location to save money on the next convention, all with a layer of extra security, click the link below. Use code B.D.A for 84% off and 4 extra months free. Guys, I didn't think I needed it until I realized how exposed I was. Now I feel like it's a necessity. So click the link below and sign up for Surfshark. First, we have Shiki. And Shiki is a fan favorite, not only from Strong World, but a lot of people are privy to episode 0. This is where Oda gave us a flashback of things that happened in the past that revolved around Shiki, Whitebeard, and even Garp and Sengoku. And of course, I can't forget the Pirate King Goldie Roger. That's how we saw the Battle of the Ed War, where Roger overcame Shiki even though he was completely surrounded and it looked like it was over for the Pirate King. Roger overcame that and gained Shiki's respect. Roger then was captured, which we know now he turned himself in. Then Shiki, angered, went to challenge the world government. He was met by Garp and Sengoku. They had to fight in Marineford, and they destroyed half of Marineford, but Shiki was ultimately defeated. Shiki was thrown and impaled down, but eventually escaped, went to seek Whitebeard's help, was declined. Then he talks about a plan that was to go in motion 20 years into the future. Now, this is an interesting topic and talked about a lot because it's been over 20 years from when Shiki talked about this, so he's always a possible candidate when Oda talks about a character that could come out of nowhere, because Shiki is ultimately dormant. He's lurking, he's obviously a legend. Only thing, we've already been introduced to Shiki. It couldn't be him. So then that ultimately rules him out, right? The next person is Rocks. Now, Rocks is a big one. When we found out about Rocks, that was another moment that shook the community. Finding out that there was someone who could subjugate Shiki, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, and have a crew and a goal to take down the world government, and because he was so dangerous, he was effectively erased from history. Where the battle took place, gone, not to be found. What else could be more dormant than this? He was connected to Whitebeard. He was obviously a lurking legend. He would be the greatest enemy the Straw Hats would ever face. But if Rox comes back right now, how would that work for the story? They reported him as dead. He should be a lot older now. Is he even a threat? Would he be stronger than Kaido and Big Mom? I don't see that happening. So for me, ultimately, as cool as Rox would be, and while I think he could probably still be alive, I don't think it's him. Something Oda mentioned about a pirate with an eye patch, and a lot of people agree with this. Oda said a pirate with an eye patch will show up towards the end of One Piece. I think Rox Dizabek is that pirate. What is his purpose? Who knows? But I don't think Rox is the lurking legend, per se. My final candidate for the lurking legend you may be suspecting is Big Mom, or is Kaido. Actually, I think it's Big Mom and Kaido. The reason why I suspect Big Mom and Kaido to be the lurking legend, and essentially Rox to be the lurking legend, but not the individual, the crew, that legend. These characters together will be the greatest enemy the Straw Hats have ever faced. They have connections to Whitebeard because obviously they were on the Rox crew. And I think Oda cleverly said these things for us to speculate and for our minds to go elsewhere, for us to hone in on certain characters and draw certain conclusions, then lead us nowhere. It's funny because when you think about it, both Big Mom and Kaido have made offhanded comments about Whitebeard, in a way kind of praising him in different ways, with Big Mom kind of acknowledging that he was better than her overall, I guess, as a crew, and needing Elbaf to overcome him, and then for Kaido acknowledging that Whitebeard went out in a great way. So I think the connection was there all along, other than the fact that they were on the same crew. Personally, I think that adds to it. Yes, Rox was an easy choice, but Rox is gone, and Rox coming back into the story doesn't make sense. Big Mom and Kaido, this alliance making its return, is obviously the lurking legend. The reason why I'm saying this, and for people that are saying, well, Big Mom had already been introduced for a while, so has Kaido. Oda said he will introduce something in 2018. Yes, Oda introduced something, and that was Rox, the legend. Finding out that all these characters came together at some point and was on the same crew was a mystery to us. We didn't find that out till recently. And so this crew, who had disbanded, with Big Mom and Kaido coming together to take on the world government, Rox the legend is back. They even said as much when they reported to the world government saying Big Mom and Kaido were back, saying they were on a crew together at some point, referencing Rox. It's pretty obvious to me. Oda has already covered the lurking legend. Other than the world government and him, there's no other force that the Straw Hats will face greater than Big Mom and Kaido, who a lot of people inside the story view as either top 2 or 2 of the top 4 or 5 strongest and greatest characters in the story. It doesn't get much greater than that. It doesn't get much bigger than that. Now, in regards to making Marineford look cute, I believe based on Oda's recent comments, he was referring to something else, where Oda talked about a war possibly happening before the Straw Hats go against the world government. A war happening after they find the One Piece. That is what Oda was referring to, not specifically the Wano War. So guys, give me your thoughts. Who do you think the lurking legend is? Do you think it's Rox, the individual? Do you think it's Rox with Big Mom and Kaido? Do you think it's Shiki? Or do you still think it's Imsama? Give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce. Follow me on Instagram, brogdy.ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.